Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another meta guide. So today we are in the Weather Cup. Now this is the Weather Cup for the Ultra League. They do make a Great League version, but that is not this one. This one's going to be for the Ultra League. So it begins tomorrow and it's going to run alongside the Open Great League. So if you don't have these Pokemon or you just don't like Ultra League metas, you can participate in the Open Great League. So for the Weather Cup, Fire, Water, Ice, and Rock type Pokemon are going to be eligible and nothing is going to be banned. So as long as it has one of those typings, you can use it for this meta. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the Weather Cup and see what we got going on for us. So for the S rank, we do have Credilli. So Credilli is, it's the best Pokemon in this meta. It's so good. It's a great safe swap. It's a great lead. It's just all around so good. You're going to see so many Credillis. It has powerful moves like Grass Knot and Stone Edge. Bullet Seed gets to the moves fast. It just does so well because it's, well, first of all, taking neutral damage from grass attacks, but it's also strong against water attacks. And there's a lot of water and grass type Pokemon in this meta, so really doesn't have a standout weakness from what I could tell. It's just such a great Pokemon that you could use, right? I'm sure it does have weaknesses, and it does lose to some Pokemon, but all in all, it's just such a great Pokemon, and it's a Pokemon that you're going to see, no doubt about it. Next up, we have Ludicolo. So you could use Ludicolo with Bubble or Razor Leaf. I think Razor Leaf, when the original Weather Cup was around, I think Razor Leaf was the more common move. But if you want to get to the moves faster, Bubble is the way to go. But not much resist Razor Leaf. I mean, you have Blaziken, you have Kyurem, and what else? Sandslash? I mean, not many Pokemon are resisting it. So, it's a great move. We'll definitely see double Razor Leaf teams, no doubt about it. Then we have Swampert. Swampert is another great Pokemon. As long as it stays away from the grass types, it's looking pretty good. Lantern, yet another good Pokemon, but similar situation. It has to stay away from those grass type Pokemon. Jellicent is a great one, especially since it receives Surf, but even before then it was still good with that Shadow Ball heavy hitting attack, right? And then we have Abomasnow. So the thing about Abomasnow, it's just so good because it's an ice type, which means it's doing super effective damage towards grass Pokemon, plus it's a grass type. So it's doing super effective damage towards the water types. So all the water, if you go up against water types, you're looking good. If you go up against grass types, you're looking good, right? So it's a great Pokemon, and a Pokemon I can't imagine trainers not using, right? I mean, you'll definitely see Abomasnow, no doubt about it. Moving on for the air rank, I guess, okay, so Tentacruel. I guess Abomasnow is weak to poison, so it does have to watch out for Poison Jab, but still, it's even if it goes up against Tentacruel, we've seen it in the cup before. Yeah, even if it goes up against Tentacruel, it is doing neutral damage with Energy Ball, so at least it has that going for it. Kyurem is another good one with Dragon Breath and Glaciate. Probably see this a handful of times, but it's not as good as it is in the Master League, but it's still really good for this cup. I actually might build one. I have to check my Kyurem. I feel like I don't have a good one. I don't need a great one. Like, when it comes to Legendaries, I feel like I don't need a great one, unless it's for the Master League. But, I still want a decent one. So I'll see which ones I have. But Kyurem with Dragon Breath, not many Pokemon resist it. You do have the Alolan Ninetales. You do have the Alolan Sandslash, which are going to resist Dragon Breath. But other than that, you're looking really good. As long as you can stay away from those Pokemon. I mean, the Dragon Breath damage is so oppressive. And it's resisting water attacks and it's resisting grass attacks. That's why it's so good, right? Because those Pokemon are so common. And then we have Samurott. I think I like Fury Cutter actually in Samurott over Waterfall in this meta because it just gets to move so fast, going to be doing super effective damage towards the grass types. Yeah, it's just such a good Pokemon. I think Samurott's probably going to be relatively common. Alola Ninetales. So you could go Powder Snow or Charm, whatever you're feeling. Probably go Charm. It depends on the team. But if you're looking for a Charm user, this is a good way to go. Even if it goes up against Blaziken. Blaziken's a fighting and fire type. So it's taking neutral damage, and it's really frail, right? So it's doing a lot. So yeah, basically it wants to stay away from like Tentacruel. Wants to stay away from the Alolan Sandslash, and then other than that, you're looking pretty good. Blaziken, yet another good one. It really is. It really is a good one. It is really frail, though, so you do have to keep that in mind. It can't really take hits, especially from water type. Any water move will, like, KO it, so it does have to watch out for that, but it does do a lot of damage. It's so attack-weighted. And then for the B-Vang, and that's, like, the only fire type we have, right? So it's Yeah, really good. One of the only good fire types. That's not the only fire type we have, but it's like the best one. And then for the B rank, we have another dragon type. We have Kingdra. So similar to Kieran, you could actually go double dragon. To be honest, actually, I might actually consider that. Double dragon. That sounds pretty decent. You would need an answer to the Sandslash and Ninetales in the lead. But other than that, I think that seems pretty good, actually. Because both of those Pokemon are taking neutral damage from Ice, right? So it's not like you have to really necessarily worry about Ice, right? If that makes sense. And then we have Regice. Another pretty good one. It gets to the moves pretty fast, relatively bulky as well. Not as bulky as Registeel, but still pretty good. And it does get to the moves fast, heavy hitting attacks, looking pretty good. Then we have Keldeo, believe it or not. Now, I don't know. Are you going to invest in Keldeo? I don't know. I mean, it has Poison Jab, so it's not terrible. If you're looking for another fairy answer, if like Ninetales becomes super common, it could be a thing. But no, it is really good this meta, and it's nice to see because Keldeo, it was a paid ticket event, so you might not have it if you didn't purchase the ticket, but you know it's still a really, really strong Pokemon, and I think you know you might see it. Right? It depends if the trainer's invested in it, I guess. Pelipper is another good one, of course. Just keep it away from that lantern, right? You all know it from previous cups, from like the Open Great League even. Then there we have Tapu Fini, which is another good Pokemon. So, that is going to be the SA and B tier for you. Let's go ahead and move on to the other options. So, for the first one, we have Alolan Golem. Alolan Golem could be interesting, but the thing is, it is weak to grass like Razor Leaf. It's weak to water. So, because it has those weaknesses, it's going to struggle this meta. Sandslash, I do think is good. I've mentioned it quite a few times. It maybe could be bumped up to B rank. Probably should be, honestly. But yeah, I think Alolan Sandslash is really good. Excelled. Powerful Pokemon, but I mean, we had a community day. It's still expensive, but we had a community day, so you probably will see it. And then we have Regirock, another decent one, but again, similar to Golem, it is weak to grass and rock, so that's the negative side effect to it. Then we have Slowbro and Slowking. So both of these Pokemon did receive the community day move of Surf, so they're actually pretty decent now. And then we have, they are decent, but again, like Surf is resisted by water and grass, so and again, those are the common Pokemon. But if you're looking to go up against Blaziken, if you're expecting Blaziken, one of those could help. Then we have Gyarados. Gyarados could be another Dragon Breath user. Kingdra and Kyurem, I think, are going to win just because those benefit from Stab, same type attack bonus, right? Whereas Gyarados does not. But Gyarados is still a pretty good Pokemon. At the same time, if Gyarados is going up against one of those dragons, it is dishing out super effective damage, whereas it's taking neutral damage. So it does have that going for it. A Politoed could be interesting, Weather Ball spam, but what are you going to Weather Ball spam on? Grass or water. So I don't think we'll see many Politoed. Poliwrath, I don't think we'll see many of that. Maybe a little bit. Aurorus could be interesting. With the Weather Ball, obviously against the grass types, but also the Meteor Beam is going to be doing a lot. Lapras is another Pokemon, Blastoise, and we also have Bruxish. Now, do you have enough XLs for Bruxish? I don't know how many you need. If you do have it, it could be okay. I mean, that confusion damage is doing a lot. I don't know how much. Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't know how many XLs I have for Bruxish. I know it's not enough. Does it have to be, do you need it max to level 50? I actually don't know that. I'm assuming you do, but I don't know for sure. Either way, that if you do have it, that could be an option for you. But yeah, that's going to be the Weather Cup. Let's go ahead and move on to the solid team options. So, for the first team, we do have Tentacruel in the lead with double Razor Leaf. So we have Ludicolo and Abomasnow. So, yeah, I mean, I think this team could work out really well. I would say the biggest struggle for this team is going to be Alolan Sandslash, because Alolan Sandslash is generally going to do well against all three of these Pokemon, right? You know, yeah, I mean, I guess the lead, if you're going up against Swampert, obviously, Tentacruel doesn't really like Swampert. The backline does. And yeah, so, you know, going up against water, the backline's going to handle water. Tentacruel might struggle against the Lantern and things like that. You get the point, right? You get the point. I think it could work out pretty well. I just think the biggest issue is going to be that Alolan Sandslash. So maybe if you want to take off Tentacruel for something else that can handle the Sandslash and do it like that. I was thinking Blaziken maybe. If you want to try Blaziken double Razor Leaf, obviously Blaziken would be weak to water, but the backline would do well against it. I don't know if you wouldn't really struggle against Charm because the Razor Leafs are chunking away at the Alolan Ninetales anyway, right? So I think that could work if you want to try that out. That could most definitely work. But let's go ahead and move on to the next team. We do have Jellicent in the lead with Double Grass, another Double Grass team. We have that Abomasnow, and we have that Credilli. Credilli is a great safe swap. Bullet Seed, and then Razor Leaf on that Abomasnow. Or I guess you could go Powder Snow if you want to. Both moves are good, but Jellicent obviously is a really good Pokemon. The back line really not going to appreciate Blaziken, but Jellicent will. And then even Credilli with the Stone Edge has play against Blaziken. And then for the next team, we have Double Water with Swampert and Samurott, and I put Abomasnow in the lead. Abomasnow, as I mentioned earlier, is just so good because it's strong against grass and water. That's why Abomasnow is so good in this meta. And Abomasnow is weak to Blaziken, but the back line handles it. The back line is going to be weak to grass like Razor Leaf, whereas Abomasnow is resisting it. So I think this looks like a pretty solid team. I think Samurott is a great safe swap. Because yeah, I really do. And then next up, we do have another team, Credilli in the lead with Alola Ninetales and Kingdra. I think Kingdra is a really good safe swap. This team is generally going to struggle against Alolan Sandslash. I'm not going to lie to you. But you could still do some damage with it. Like generally speaking, you know, if you have to switch out of the lead, you could lure it out with that Kingdra. And then you're still doing a lot with Dragon Breath. You know, the Dragon Breath is definitely ending up. You could take an Ice Punch, get off an Octazooka. You could still do well and chip it away. It's going to be a team effort, I think. So yeah, you do have to keep that in mind. But overall, like, the team could work. Just keep in mind it's going to be a little bit weak to Sandslash. Not really a little bit, a lot weak to Sandslash. The next team is going to be Kyurem in the lead. I guess you can go Kingdra in the lead, but I put Kyurem in the lead. And then Blaziken in the back with Lantern in the back. So, yeah, I mean, pretty solid team. Pretty solid team. Hopefully, I mean, the goal of this team, I would say, is you don't want to swap out. Obviously, if there's a Ninetales in the lead, you have to swap out. If there's a Sandslash in the lead, you would go into Lantern. But other than that, you basically stay in, right? No matter what else it is. As long as it's not resisting Dragon Breath, you basically stay in. And then Glaciate is very powerful. Yeah, I really need to build a Kyurem. And then for the final team, going to be Swampert in the lead with Credilli as a safe swap and Pelipper. So this team is ABA Water, but it doesn't really act like it because Swampert is weak to grass, Pelipper is not. Pelipper is weak to electric, Swampert is not, right? You know, and Credilli, I think, is a great safe swap. So I think this ABA team could work out really well. So yeah, let me know what you think of the Weather Cup. Let me know what teams you think of these teams. Let me know what team you plan on using, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.